Surnaran sir.
I think Suryanarayan is having technical issue. I think Naveen, you take off Naveen, you read the profile.
Okay, sir. So, Ramkrishnan V as interested to name it as a Ramki. His role in his career spanning more than 25 years in this design thinking, from the beginning a banker to a business analysis, a project manager, learning designer, faculty life has come a full circle and is realizing the actual purpose. Ramki sir, in his current role of vice president at Intellect Design Arena, is in charge of evangelizing design thinking as a culture in the organization, from design mind to design being. A design DNA becomes a deep differentiator from other organizations in terms of value created well beyond in the intended output. Additionally, he also performs the role of faculty at School of Design Thinking, wherein he not only develops content but also teaches, coaches, faculties, and students on shifting their self-image to be contextual to current situation. In the role of learning designer, Ramki sir was able to apply the principles of designing thinking to successfully create a powerful curriculum of learning training for all applicable stakeholders that enable them to adopt the applications and also excel in the performance. A free thinker and an avid reader, Ramki sir is passionate to share his learning to all. His specific interests include reading books, especially that of biography, autobiography, and ancient Indian philosophy. Connecting these aspects to his teaching style is one of his unique strengths. He hopes to write a book soon and aspire to be full-time designer thinking coach. With this, I am warm welcome our today's keynote speaker, Ramkrishnan sir.
And to add on to this, we are fortunate to have Mr. Ramki today in this virtual meeting. And also, I would like to thank Dr. Anbu also on this particular occasion. To my understanding, Mr. Ramki would have trained more than thousands of students, faculty members, and other industry experts in the area of design thinking. Definitely, the students who have assembled here, it's a great opportunity to learn from and expect what is design thinking, what kind of innovations can be done with the concept of design thinking. In fact, he was very kind enough to train our around 20 faculty members at Intellect Chennai. So with this brief intro, I would like to welcome on behalf of the management, our principal, and on behalf of the Institute Innovation Council, Mr. Ramki, we are very happy to that you accepted our invitation. Now the time is all yours.
Thank you, Dr. Raja Murugadas, sir. I think it's a great opportunity, and it's a actually a momentous occasion that we are celebrating what our past president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, stood for in his life. He breathed a specific principle, a specific way of thinking, a way of life, and that has been aptly called as the Innovation Day. And I'm equally joyful that NSRIT has taken it up as its mission statement to celebrate it, even though it's a Sunday. And I'm very happy to see more than 90 students being part of this. I know Sunday is a day of having fun. World Cup is going on. India won the match yesterday against Pakistan. People would have been slept late, but I think still students have shown interest. That shows the culture of NSRIT, that there is always a constant striving to learn something new, imbibe something new. How can I apply it in my academics? How can I apply it in my career growth? So that's very important. So thank you all. And having said that, those of you who have joined, thanks once again. if you can kindly change your name instead of the roll number, Zoom gives you that facility. That will be really helpful. 22NU1A is difficult to know who is there on the call. If you can change it, I know Nikita has done the job well. Bhargav is great. Sneha is, thank you for that. Sai Cherkuri, thank you for that. Right? So rest of you, if you can change it, that will be really nice. And of course, needless to say, if you are on start off like this. Do you guys have any questions? You can unmute your mic. You can type it on the chat box. I have a pen and a paper to write. So if you have any questions, I would like to start off in that note, basically to understand what expectations you have. You're going to spend 1 hour of your time on a Sunday. Any questions? Is questions not coming because you don't have questions or your management and senior faculties are here? Okay, so since questions are not coming, there is nothing on the chat box as well. Let me share my screen. Yes, somebody has asked a question. How can we exactly apply the concept of design thinking in our professional career? Yeah, beautiful. Okay. To be more innovative. Yeah.
Yes, Krishnamurti, you're trying to ask something, you please ask. Krishnamurti, you are on mute.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead.
Just to greet only, just
You're not much audible, sir.
Krishnamurti, would like to ask anything? Hello?
sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, good.
Okay, so I will. Yeah, can the host give me the
Co-host.
the
Yes,
screen
yes.
sharing thing?
So now you are the co-host, so you can.
Yes, sir. I gave, sir.
Yeah, I got it now.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what can you see on my screen right now? It's in the screen sharing mode.
Yes, sir.
Can somebody tell me what they can see so that I'm convinced my screen sharing is working well?
2022 school award, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so let me start off with one specific case study, beautiful case study of application of design thinking here. There is a hospital called Narayana Health in Bangalore, which is headed by Dr. Devi Shetty. I'm sure Devi Shetty is, you would have come across him in a lot of social media stories, interviews. Had a lot of problems in his hospital, and nobody was happy. The doctors weren't happy, the admin staff weren't happy, the patients weren't happy, those who accompanied the patients weren't happy, the nurses weren't happy, the attenders weren't happy. There are a lot of complaints, a lot of delays. So he said, I tried my best to apply it, but nothing is happening well. So he reached out to a design thinking team and from the US, and he requested their help. So it was given off to assigned to 4 students. So what they did was, rather than blindly asking questions, sitting in the US in the comfort of the AC room, or assuming anything for that matter, what the students did was they flew down to Bangalore. They went a day ahead than planned, than promised. And they went to the hospital. They just observed. They didn't speak to anybody. They just observed what was going on in the Narayana Healthcare Hospital for about 3 days, 4 days, just observing how people are coming in, how people are talking to the doctors, how nurses are treating them, how they are going and getting the blood test, how they are going and getting the ECG, X-ray, how they are coming out, how they are getting admitted. Everything they were observing. The only thing that was common everywhere was chaos and confusion. There was utter chaos. People were complete. There's some people shouting, some people crying in some place, some people waiting somewhere. There was utter chaos everywhere. And they also realized that the nurses were completely overworked. The doctors did not have any time to educate the patients. The patient stood in the hospital for a very long time. Families were stressed out, and administrators were completely cost conscious. Once you are very cost conscious, what happens is you try to cut corners, you try to cut costs at the cost of quality, right? So that's what was happening. So it was done. They realized that, okay, the patients need to be taken care, doctors are doing their best, nurses are paid for what they are supposed to do. But a critical piece that was connecting all of these things was the people who came along with the patients, the escort people, the people who are attending on them. They said, these are the critical people who need to be educated about all these things. So what they did was, there was a spare room available. They set it up and they started educating the people who came along about health benefits, about how to take care of the patients, right? For example, there was, I went along with my father to, my father was not well, he had to be taken care of. So when my father is in, getting treated, I am taken to that room. I am taught how to look at the pulse. I am taught how to look at understand the ECG report. I am taught how to clean the wound. I am taught how to dress the wound. I am told, when this happens, you should react this way. There is nothing to be alarmed. These are the post-surgery complications. These are something that you need to take care. It will take about 2 days, 3 days to, set things right. Continue with the medicines. Do not worry. Do not panic. Everything will be okay. Look at the heartbeat. Look at the way the person is fed. What kind of food needs to be given. Everything about my father's illness or problem, I am given an update so that I am completely taken care of. This created a miracle in terms of the way the hospital started to function. First of all, there was smiles in everybody's face. The people were smiling. People were, there was more information available for people. The number of surgery complications reduced drastically. Post-surgery readmissions also reduced by around 30%. All these things was possible because of one critical, which is the attending people. The attending people are just ignored frequently, but these people were taken into consideration. And this is the case study of Nora Health. This is available on Google. Search for Nora Health case study. You will get a lot of information. A lot of videos are also available on YouTube. You will definitely get a lot of information as to how you actually go about understanding the feelings of the stakeholder. That is very, very critical, and that is very, very important. So that is the case study of Nora Health. And to tell you one small anecdote, this is a real-time case study, in fact. And the nurse, the male nurse who first started to speak to these 4 students, became the L&D head at Narayana Healthcare Hospital. That is the power of getting people together. That is very, very important. So I'm going to talk to you about nurturing innovation through design thinking today. Before I go to the details proper, I would like to give you a brief about Intellect Design Arena and School of Design Thinking. When I was introduced, I was told that I was a vice president of Intellect Design Arena, but there is logo of School of Design Thinking here. So what is intellect design, what is School of Design Thinking, and how do they talk to each other? How are they related to each other? Intellect Design Arena was formerly called as Polaris Software. I'm sure you would have all heard of Polaris Software. We were purely a services company, and we were doing great business. We were doing a lot of business, lot of deliveries were happening. We were doing profit of more than 200 crores per annum, and business was really doing great. And that was the time when our chairman Arun Jain got introduced to design thinking. And when he wanted to implement design thinking in our organization, there was a lot of pushback, asking, why are we doing something like this? Things are anyway going on well. So that was when he realized that design thinking is not just a process, it's a mindset. I need to have a proper mindset to apply. If I do not have that